It's 7 o'clock. We have a quorum. Meeting's open. Please rise. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Okay, we have two approvals of minutes, the work study and the council meeting of 10-6. On the work study, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Take the roll, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, the motion's been passed, 4-0. Thank you. Do I have a motion for the council meeting on 10-6?
So moved. Second.
Can you please take the roll?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you. Sycamore Services. Was anybody here from Sycamore Services?
Not seeing you today, Mr. President. They had advised me by email they had planned to be here. We can
You think we ought to read it, or?
table it, we can sign it, and when they get here, we can present it. It's up to you.
Well, we'll go on to the next one. B, Resolution 28, 2021, fiscal plan for annexation of Goodlander property. Town planner.
Good evening. I don't think I've ever been first. How about that? This is up for adoption for the ordinance 29 annexation for Goodlander and approval of the fiscal plan. The had a public hearing on October the 6th, and they are wanting to annex mainly for water. There wasn't anything, the fiscal plan didn't have any adverse impacts on the town.
Okay. Any conversation?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 28, 2021.
Second.
The motion is second. Jenny, can you take the roll?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you. Thank you. We're popular tonight.
I guess.
Okay, ordinance 29, 2021, request for annexation, town planner.
As I said earlier, the public hearing was held on October the 6th, and this is up for adoption and will require a vote.
Any conversation? Any thoughts? Okay, you'll have a motion.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 29-2021.
Second.
The motion is second. Jenny, please take the roll.
Nancy Levitt,
Aye.
Chris Gerald,
Aye.
David Winters,
Aye.
Tom Hager.
Aye. Motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ordinance 30, what do you, oh yeah, they've got the paper, sorry. I'm going too fast here for you, Mark. I know you're older now. Yeah. I thought you were quicker. Those days of being the Flash. Huh?
Debatable.
D, ordinance 30, 2021, 2022 budget. Town clerk. Clerk treasurer.
This had a public hearing at the
Any questions?
That was my question. So
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pass ordinance 30-2021, the 2022 budget.
Second.
A second. Jenny, please take the roll.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you. E, ordinance 31, 2021 to 2022 salary ordinance, clerk treasurer. Any comments? How about a motion?
I move that we approve ordinance 31, 2021, the 2022 salary ordinance.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Jenny, please take the roll.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you. F, ordinance 32, 2021, request for annexation. Town planner.
Yes, this ordinance is up for introduction only, and it's located at 187 North County Road 200 East to Wayne and Jane Auger. All right, thank you.
Thank you. G, capital expenditure request for soil boring for south collector.
Mr. President, can I
Tony.
make a quick announcement on this?
Yes.
The next three capital expenditure requests, I inadvertently put these in the packet without obtaining the clerk treasurer's signature, and I apologize for that. So she can address whether the funds are there when each approval comes up.
Good evening. This is for
Good evening.
soil boring for the South Interceptor project that we've talked about for a while. They just gonna need to come in and do some soil boring to make sure that everything's stable, or what they're gonna have to do when they put that in. So this is for the south one, this first one is.
silly question, but where geographically is the south?
That's from Jefferson Street Lift Station through the east over by the Government Center, down there where it comes in, makes the big bend on Broadway Street. Comes up and then goes through the actual hill that we have the big V cut in.
Thank you.
How big is the bore?
Ask our engineer on that.
So the geotech borings will be about 6 inches in diameter, and we'll go, for a sewer line, typically we go 5 to 6 feet below where we anticipate the line to go. The biggest thing is we're looking at for groundwater and dewatering, so we can provide this in the bid packet to the contractors, so we don't come back with a big change order for dewatering the whole area at the latter part in time. We know what we're up against beforehand. Secondly is to look and see what we have as far as compaction, what we need to put in for engineered fill underneath the bedding for the sewer line. I feel confident we've got good soils in this area, but the biggest thing is the dewatering issues. So we've done them in areas where we actually are along roads or easement areas that we already have acquired, so we don't have to wait on the land acquisition issues for that. And that'll get a good reference for the contractors to get a good idea of what we've got to contend with.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, do we have the funds?
Any comments? All done, Tony? Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve this department expenditure request, and this one is in the amount of $367.50.
Second.
Motion is second. Jenny, will you take the roll, please?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tom.
Capital expenditure request for soil boring north collector.
Everything we just said,
Same
except
thing.
it's going from the park out to 39. We can stop it.
Any comments? Do I have a motion?
Like, how many blocks are we talking about would be affected?
It's about 5,000 feet.
Okay.
Probably 7, 8 blocks down through there.
Okay.
Do we have the funds? Thank you.
Then I'll go ahead and move that we approve this department expenditure request in the amount of $15,737.
Second.
Motion and a second. Jenny, please take the roll.
Nancy Levitt,
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aye. Capital expenditure request for dive gear. Lloyd Bridges. Please step forward.
Thank you, sir. I'm requesting a capital expenditure request form for $24,500 to replace our dive gear. The current dive gear, they're supposed to be dry suits, and they're not dry suits. You would think they have the wetsuits on. Because we'd received these used from Brownsburg Police Department when they got out of the dive business many years ago. And so I sent some guys to get certified to repair these suits, and we're now patching patches, and they're not safe for our divers. So I come before you tonight requesting $24,500 to request to purchase the dive gear. And this will come out of the CARES Act money. And the account that I'm requesting that to come out of will be my new equipment line item. So is that correct? Yes.
These are funds from the CARES Act, correct?
that you guys had approved at the beginning of the year.
Rob, what's the lead time on something like this?
We're probably looking at 4 to 6 weeks out. I talked to Do It Right Diving today, and he indicated 4 to 6 weeks out.
So how many are there?
10. I have 11 divers. We have one newer set of dive gear.
I'll add this, Rob's balance go negative on his new equipment, you may be seeing that with Jim Police Department. Weeks and before you with an ordinance. Go through the
So when you've gotten this CARES money, it's gone into the general fund waiting? Okay.
And then we established had to transfer. All done at the
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the capital expenditure request for dive gear for $24,500.
And it.
Motion and a second. Jenny, please take the roll.
Aye.
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 Tom Payne.
Aye, motion's been passed 4-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mark?
Mr. President, in lieu of anyone from Sycamore Services being here, I don't know that we need to read the proclamation. It's in the packet, the press would have it, but I would still like to get it signed.
Okay.
So that I can, because I believe October 23rd is actually their anniversary date. So.
Okay. Do I have a motion to pass the proclamation for Sycamore Services?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion's been passed. No, we just
No,
did it
he just
really
did a
quick.
voice,
It's-
yeah.
Thank you.
It's fast.
And since that's the last item, I'd be happy to go ahead and do department head reports if you'd like.
Please.
So the fire department had 1,609 runs for the year, 38 runs last week. They're up 316 from last year. In the last 7 days, they've made 16 transports to Hendricks, 4 to IU West, and 2 to Eskenazi. Wastewater department has been cleaning out 4 lift stations. They have a field trip tomorrow, not for them, people coming to see them. They have 4th grade classes coming to see the plant. They'll be cleaning and rotating clarifiers, doing some fall maintenance, doing some lift station checks, assisting DPW on a concrete pour, running the belt press, chemical delivery comes in, and reviewing the Twin Bridges permit.
So you're saying that the wastewater department wasn't taking a field trip to fourth grade?
That's correct, that's correct. They are,
Oh,
it's
okay.
my understanding that people will be coming in, so.
Okay.
I got an update from our code enforcement officer. He's done 83 golf cart permits this year. And so he anticipates next year we'll probably more than likely have 100. From our community engagement coordinator, she's working on quotes for headshots, which she's got me. We'll be working with the clerk treasurer to figure out a way to try and find funding for these. I don't know where we'll get it, but she's wanting to professionalize our website. So there would be headshots of all of you, our departments. It's just to be a nice way to spruce up our website, I think. She's working on some thank you cards, DPW video for the leaf pickup, and we did a video tribute for Rick Myers. The Parks Director He's finalizing trunk or treat items, finalizing the playbook to be mailed out. He's been aerating the whole park, seeding Blanton House, front lot, Aiken Park, and the amphitheater, making a Winterland display map. Winterland organizing starts Wednesday. He's very tired today. He's testing a new FM antenna for the Winterland music to try not to violate any FCC policies. He's done a drone flyover for Aiken Park to get the topography for the west field, and he's talking to contractors about the football build. Water Department, they've been painting hydrants, greasing, installing stores connections on Money Lane and 10th Street, and various locations through town. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a special connection that the fire department uses for their 5-inch hose. It's a quicker connect than the old having to spin that thing on about 16,000 times. They've been replaced double meter pit in Orchard Estates. It's my understanding a tree grew around it. Is that right, Matt? Craziest thing. Install a large double pit for R&M Electric and the adjacent property at 3055 East Main Street, and they're preparing for the cold months ahead. I didn't like the sound of that. So. Department of Public Works, they've been getting Heritage Drive ready for the paving that'll be going on there. They've been working on curb and gutter issues, concrete defects identified after excess asphalt was milled off. The concrete should be completed by today. Bumgarner Construction will be milling Heritage Drive and put the asphalt on October 28th and paving on 11/1. I think that means it's off of 10/28. Public Works will be completing any necessary patching on the asphalt on 10/29. I got you now. DPW will notify property owners this week. They're still working to update the PASER rating and the pavement assessment management plan for NDOT, and they're beginning the process of establishing a new Title VI ADA transition plan to remain eligible for federal NDOT funding. And then alls I have is to remind you that our next work study on November the 3rd will be at 6 p.m. It is a joint work study with our Plan Commission to review our comprehensive plan. That's all I have.
Thank you. Around the horn.
I have, if you said this, I apologize, but how did the tree come down okay this morning? Okay. I got through there just before you shut the road off, so I was really happy about that. It's been a kind of a tough week in Hendricks County over the last week. We had and I did not know her, but Lexi Riggles, a former student at Danville that died suddenly on Sunday. So for those who pray, say a prayer for her family and friends and the community. It's tragic anytime a child, I mean, she's a senior in college, but still a child, and I feel for the mom and dad on that. And then, of course, we lost Rick Myers recently, who is I think he's a pillar of the community with his involvement in just about everything. I got to meet him back in 2014. He was a client of mine for a few years. And then just being involved in the town, always enjoyed my conversations with him. I remember shortly after I announced that I was running, I think it was February or March of 19, he came and found me at some public event and sat down and he looked at me and said, "Why?" And then we proceeded to talk about politicians and things like that. But just a really good guy, great family, and hate to see that happen. So anyway, a lot of things coming up here in Danville. October 29th, there's something going on, isn't there? Around the square?
Scares on the Square.
So that's fun.
All kinds of fun stuff.
And we'll head into the holiday season, which is always fun around Danville too. So that's all I got.
Nancy?
To elaborate on Scares on the Square a little bit, it's not to be confused with Halloween, which is when Danville's trick-or-treaters are going to be out. That's actually Sunday, October 31st. But this event is the 29th. There's going to be a parade of golf carts and a 5K fun run and scary stories for kids at the library. And I think they were talking about having a scary movie on at the Royal, but I'm not positive about that. But there'll be all kinds of activities up on the square. Just check it out, Friday evening, 6 to 9. And so that's coming up next weekend. On the subject of Sycamore services, I've used them for printing, and I know the town does too. They do a super good job, and they are so much cheaper than other printing places. I just would, and they're open to the public. They're on the corner of Sycamore and Money Lane in an old church building. You have to walk around to the back up at the top, and it's a nice place. So that's all I know. That's all.
We finally got the budget done tonight, so thanks everybody for everybody's hard work. I know it's been a daunting task, but everybody did their part and we got it done, so thank you.
I'd just like to mention about Rick Myers. He was a fine man. He participated and gave us all the information about the area. And I'd like to send my condolences from the town to his family. Other than that, thank everybody for the budget and all the work they did. I agree with Nancy on the printing. I've used the printing, Sycamore Printing, and they're very good. They really helped me out a lot. Other than that, Jenny, do you have anything to say? Planner? Okay. Claim dockets.
Move to approve claim docket?
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Claim dockets approved. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.